Hello and welcome to my March 2022 report on the electrical systems at our property in Huntingdonshire in a northwest corner of Cambridgeshire in England. Here's a schematic reminder of the major components which currently make up the system. Further details can be found in the description below the video. This first graph shows the electrical energy coming in each day of the month from our solar arrays and from the grid. The total solar production this month was 618 units, a daily average of 19.9 units. 548 grid units were imported in total, with 15 at the more expensive normal rate. 9 of these units were imported on the 16th, which was a very wet and dull day sandwiched between many sunny days. We were having the roof of the house cleaned, and this was the second day of a commercial hot water jet washer being used on the tiles. This photo was taken on the sunny 15th, and with very little solar energy coming in, the Powerwall was quickly emptied. A day later, the original colour of the tiles could be appreciated after 11 years of looking at a dark roof. 34 units were exported to the grid, mostly during periods when we and the car weren't at home, and this was 2.9% of the total electrical energy coming in and 5.5% of the solar energy produced. There were 8 days when no grid energy was deliberately drawn, made possible by the storage heaters being turned off during the sunny period in the second half of the month, though they were back on for the final 4 days of the month when the cold snap and a touch of snow came to the area. This second graph shows the origin of the energy consumed by the property and the car. The figures behind this graph are mainly supplied by the Tesla app, and the car charging figures come from the My Energy app. 30.5% of the energy came directly from solar, and a further 19.2% was solar coming to the property via the Powerwall, giving a total solar contribution of nearly a half of the energy used. Around 165 of the solar units went into the car via the zappi charger, and the car was also given 17.5 low-rate units from the grid. This resulted in the 407 miles driven costing less than half a penny per mile. This graph shows the energy going into and coming out of the Powerwall each day, as reported by the Tesla app. 87.7% of the energy that went in during the month came back out, with the Powerwall ending the month at a higher state of charge compared to the start of the month. Here's the self-power graph, based on figures from the Tesla app, which reported that the proportion of self-power was 56.5%. Less than half of the energy coming from the Powerwall now originates from the grid. This next graph shows the solar southwest production over the years since 2012. It was the fourth best March out of the 11 years, with 305 units being produced. March's arithmetic mean is now 280.8 units and the median is 294. The cumulative year-to-date graph puts 2022 up one place in fourth position out of the 11 years. Here's the daily output of the 2 solar arrays for the past 365 days. The 28-day moving average lines for both arrays are well above where they were a year ago, and I'm a bit surprised to see that the newer southeast array's moving average has managed to end the month still just above the line for the more powerful southwest array. This is a brief overview of the distribution of the energy input for the past 365 days, and here's the daily solar production for that same period. And finally, here is the summary graph of our grid electricity usage since we moved here in the summer of 2011. The grey line shows the number of low-rate units, and the red line shows the number of normal-rate units used each month, as measured on the left-hand scale. The monthly electricity bill is shown by the yellow line and the right-hand scale, and the green line shows the monthly contribution to the feed-in tariff payments which we get for the old Southwest Array's production. That's it for this month. I'll leave you with the home energy usage graphs from the Tesla app for each day of March, and I hope you'll come back for next month's report.